So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this really affordable drugstore makeup look. I used all of my drugstore makeup. The only downside is I bought a few new products and I'm not really sure how they're going to end up working out for me. I bought this liquid highlighter since I've really been liking the Sephora liquid highlighter. It's the L'Oreal True Match W101. And I wasn't a fan. It was really chunky and it just wasn't for me. And then I also bought the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Powder Glow Illuminator. This one I liked a lot more. It doesn't give a crazy highlight, but a little bit, and it is really pretty. And I also used this Nivea Men Post Shave Balm, which smells so good. Oh my gosh. And so we'll see how that goes as well. Oh, the only thing that I didn't use that was not drugstore was my brows. I did do my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. I ran out of the Brow Wiz. Usually I do the Brow Wiz and the pomade, but today I just did the Dipbrow Pomade. The only thing, everything is really easy accessible. You should be able to get it at like an Ulta, drugstore, Walmart, any places like that. The only thing that may be a little bit more difficult to purchase is this Morphe 350 palette, just because it keeps going in and out of stock so very often. But once you do get your hands on it, it is totally worth it. It's like, it's no more than 30 bucks, I want to say, and you get 35 shades, so really pretty palette. But this isn't the only palette that Morphe has. They've got, I don't know, probably 10 to 15 other different palettes. I actually bought the 35K for a girlfriend of mine for Christmas, and it was one of those things where it took everything in me to not keep it for myself because it was such a pretty palette. Oh my god. Basically on that palette, it's like all of these 3 rows are like warm shades, and then these last 2 rows are like warm and cool, so you get a little bit more of a mixture, whereas this one is just all warm shades. But really pretty palette. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so first I'm going to start by priming my face with the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Oh my god, that came out really flipping fast. Holy cow. I need a napkin. Okay, let's try that again. Still came out really flipping fast. Holy cow. Oh, it smells so good. There's been a lot of hype about this product from a lot of different, like, makeup icons, so we shall see. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to use the True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup Foundation, I suppose. This is in the shade W3. And I am going to be using all my regular makeup brushes just because I have them and I didn't want to purchase other brushes when the ones that I have are, you know, decent quality, because I know I never use the other ones, so I feel like it was kind of a waste of money. Really dewy and luminous. If you're looking for something more mattifying, a lot more mattifying, I would suggest the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible. It is super matte, and actually the quality of this drugstore product is absolutely amazing. It blends like a flippin' dream, and it's just amazing. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. I want to be more dewy today, so I'm going to go with the True Match Lumi. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20. Concealer, I kind of make this little triangular shape like this, and then at the edge right here I try to fan this out. That way it's a lot easier to blend with my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye with these two shades right here from the NYX Pro Contour Palette. They are in the shades Soft Light and Cream. Before I set the rest of my under eye area, I'm going to go ahead and apply that cream highlight. I mentioned in my previous video that a lot of questions that I get are about like what order to do things in. They just don't know where to start. And another thing to keep in mind when you're going through the makeup process, because it is a process I suppose, make sure you have all of your creams down before you start applying your powders. So I want to lay this cream highlight down before I start setting the rest of my face. This is really thick. Holy cow. Holy flipping cow. That's a lot. Set the rest of my under eye area with those same shades from the NYX Contour Palette. And then I'm just going to finish highlighting the rest of my face. I also got a lot of questions about this NYX Contour Palette. It really is a really nice palette for, I think it's like 25 bucks. It really is a good palette. I mean, the pigmentation and the creaminess is awesome for being 25 bucks. It's obviously not Kat Von D, but it really is a nice palette. Another one that I really like that isn't Drugstore is Smashbox. Smashbox has a really nice little palette. It's like this actually here. I just don't use it anymore because I can't. This is a really good palette here. Those shades are perfect for highlighting and contouring. Okay, to contour, I'm going to take this shade in the NYX Contour Palette, which is in the shade Sculpt. And I'll just start carving out my cheekbones. I'm just gonna take this shade right here. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take this shade right here. This one's a little too red for me. I want something a little more bronzy. This is in the shade Toffee. I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics brush and just kind of go over everything and make sure that everything is nice and blended. For blush, I'm going to take this shade right here and just apply that to the apples of my cheeks. This M501 brush by Morphe, I'm just going to take this True Match Lumi powder highlighter and just apply that to the high points of my cheeks. This isn't too bad. I definitely like this more than the liquid highlighter. The liquid highlighter was really thick and wasn't very blendable, and actually the Sephora liquid highlighter is not that expensive. I want to say it was like, I don't know, maybe $17 to $20. So to prime my eyes, I'm just going to use that same Maybelline Fit Me concealer and just apply a little bit to my eyelids and then blend that out. I'm going to make sure to set it really good because I crease terribly on my eyelids. I've never tried this specific concealer though with my for a eyeshadow primer, so we shall see how this goes. This may be thin enough to not make me crease, but we'll see. In the Morphe 350 palette, there's just this shade right here that's just white and it's not very pigmented at all, so I'm just gonna put some of that all over my eyelid just to make sure that I get as little creasing as possible. Now in that Morphe 350 palette, I'm going to take this shade right here. This shade and this shade are actually really similar, but for today I'm going to be using this shade. Deepen up that crease just a little bit more, I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm going to be using that same Sigma E40 and just dust that all over my crease. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit lower than the color before. M441 brush, I'm going to take this brown, this burnt red brown, And I'm going to just start packing that on in the outer corner of my eye and then just start blending that out. Just to deepen up this outer corner a little bit. I want the inner corner to be really bright, so I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk and just start placing that on the inner portion of my eye. And just blend that out with my finger. Packing brush that I've got from the Morphe set that I have, I'm just going to take this shade right here and just start packing that on the inner portion of my eye. That same shade that I just used on the inner portion of my eye, I'm going to take that and just highlight the highest points of my brow bone. I will say with these Morphe brushes, when you buy them individually, the quality is definitely a lot higher than when you buy them in a huge set. Flat shader brush, I'm just going to take this color here and just start tightly packing that underneath my lower lash line. Out, I'm just going to take the same red shade that we used on the outer corner of our eye and just start blending that out. I'm only taking these shades about halfway. Shade that we use on our inner corners and the high points of our brow bone. I'm just going to take that and add a little bit right here, right in my tear duct. For mascara, I'm going to be using L'Oreal Telescopic. Did a thin layer of mascara on my top lashes, so now for lashes I'm going to go in with these Demi 120s by Ardell. Lashes just a tad more dramatic, I'm going to add just a little bit of mascara. If you don't apply mascara to them, you'll get way more uses out of them though. But I just want them to be a little more dramatic today. I'm going to be using ColourPop in the shade Beeper. I really like these liquid lipsticks. The formulation isn't like Kat Von D or Anastasia or anything, but for being, I think they're like $6. They aren't bad. This is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!